Welcome back to Infinity Beyond. We've traveled through the shadows of orbital warfare and cutting-edge space weapons. Now let's push further, beyond Earth's orbit, to examine the rising military interest in the Moon and Mars. It might sound like a page from a science fiction novel, but military strategists are seriously discussing lunar and Martian frontlines. Why? Because whoever controls these celestial bodies may one day control the solar system's most valuable resources and its most strategic points. Let's begin with the Moon. For decades, it was viewed purely through a scientific or symbolic lens. But that's changing. The Moon offers key advantages in future space operations. Its low gravity makes it an ideal staging ground for deep space missions. Its South Pole harbors water ice, essential for life support and rocket fuel. And it provides a stable platform for telescopes, radar systems, and possibly military infrastructure. Some proposals suggest building moon-based early warning systems or communication relays shielded from Earth-based interference. Others go further, envisioning armored lunar outposts with missile defenses, drone fleets, and anti-satellite launch capabilities. China has already announced plans for a joint international moon base by the 2030s. The U.S. Artemis program includes goals that could dual-serve civilian and defense agendas. Russia, India, and private companies are also eyeing lunar missions with long-term ambitions. Now consider this. The 1967 Outer Space Treaty prohibits placing weapons of mass destruction in space, but it says little about conventional arms. There's also no provision that prevents the militarization of celestial surfaces like the Moon. Only peaceful use clauses, open to wide interpretation. This legal gray zone is a cause for concern. Without updates to international space law, the Moon could become the next militarized frontier. And beyond that, Mars. Though more distant, Mars presents long-term strategic opportunities. Its gravity well is deeper than the Moon's, but still lower than Earth's, making it a potential hub for mining, fuel depots, and even launch operations. But from a military standpoint, Mars is attractive because it's isolated, offering secrecy, independence, and a clean slate environment for testing technologies that might never be allowed near Earth. Imagine this: a remote Martian base equipped with AI-controlled defense drones, hypersonic recon vehicles, and autonomous railguns. In a crisis, such a facility could serve as a backup command center for Earth-based nations, or as a threat of last resort. It's a chilling thought, but one that's increasingly considered in strategic simulations. Let's not forget the role of private industry. Companies like SpaceX are rapidly developing the capacity for planetary colonization. While their stated missions are civilian, these infrastructures, launch pads, habitats, robotic systems could easily be adapted for defense purposes. The lines between commercial, scientific, and military activities in space are blurring. And what about the logistics? Military expansion to the Moon or Mars would require orbital supply lines, fuel depots, spaceports, and communication networks. Already, the U.S. Space Force is working with NASA on shared logistics strategies. China's military has direct control over its space program. Cooperation between civilian and defense sectors is accelerating globally. In this new era, the concept of space territory becomes more tangible. Just as nations once raced to plant flags in unclaimed lands, the next geopolitical contest may unfold across craters, lava tubes, and Martian plains. The risks are significant. Militarizing celestial bodies could lead to conflicts that are harder to control and even harder to recover from. Unlike Earth-based wars, space battles could affect entire regions of orbit or contaminate planets for centuries. At Infinity Beyond, we urge a forward-thinking approach. Space is vast, but our ambitions are growing even faster. If we don't establish new norms, laws, and mutual understandings, the Moon and Mars could become battlegrounds before they ever become homes. In the next episode, we'll turn from offense to defense, examining how countries are working to protect their assets in orbit and create resilient networks in an increasingly hostile space environment.